All right. Picture this, you're a plumber, you've had the same gig for decades, you've fought the same fire-breathing turtle monster over and over again, and you've saved the same princess about 73 times over. And somehow, you still don't get a thank you card, not even an Olive Garden gift card. Where are your soup, salad, and unlimited breadsticks? But this time, oh no, things are different this time. You're not just picking up flowers and throwing fireballs at turtles and skeletons of turtles, no. This time you have a partner, and not just any partner, a sentient hat. Now at this point you might be thinking this is it. Zen's lost it. He disappeared for 2 weeks with a cryptic community message and his miso soup has been spiked. No, I was busy, and then sick, and then busy. And if you followed me on Instagram, you'd know that. But I'm not just screaming about headwear and plumbers for no reason. Because this week I thought about Super Mario Odyssey. And here's the thing about Odyssey. It's not just another 3D Mario game, it's the king of 3D Mario games. It's like Nintendo added a dash of Mario, a sprinkle of travel agency, and a boatload of dialed movement and then baked it in the oven at 450 for 12.5 hours, 64 if you want to see everything. The result? A globe-trotting adventure where the man himself leaps around, collects power moons, and somehow pulls off that iconic red hat in every single climate. Seriously, how does that hat work in the desert? I wear a hoodie on a warm day and I become the soup part of my name a lot more accurately. And while speaking about the hat, let's talk about Cappy, Mario's brand new BFF. Sorry, Luigi, you knew it was gonna happen eventually. Do you remember Frosty the Snowman where they put the hat upon his head and he came to life that day? Well, Cappy came to life that day without the snowman, and it's just a hat. He's alive, he talks, he's very into problem solving, and he also lets Mario possess things. Yes, possess things. Wanna be a frog? Wanna be one of those random jumping fireballs? Wanna be a fucking tree? All you gotta do is throw the hat and suddenly Mario's running around with that thing's conscious like it's a rental car. Not to mention the ultimate absurdity of Mario becoming a tank. A literal tank. Bowser's out here planning his wedding, and Mario's just casually committing war crimes with heavy artillery. And I'm sure somewhere Toad's filing an insurance claim while Peach is questioning all of her life choices. But let's get real for a second here. Mario's out here pushing what, 40, 50? Man's been running and jumping and carting his way through life for years now. And now he's just straight up body snatching. I mean, is this a power up or a cry for help? Like, who hurt you, Mario? Was it Bowser? Or was it Toad with that whole, your princess is in another castle? God knows I'd snap after hearing that. But I can't deny that the possession mechanic is genius. At first it's unsettling. It's like, oh cool, Mario's a T-Rex. But where's the T-Rex's soul? Is it just chilling in the void? Does it come back later? Is he an unwilling passenger to watching Mario use his body for destruction? Is it a one-way trip to existential dread? I have questions, Nintendo, and I demand answers. But the variety of different possessions and captures makes the game so much more interesting. Terrain becomes different depending on the character you possess, and it opens up brand new methods to getting moons and to getting your way across the map. And we can't talk about getting across the map without talking about the stupidly satisfying movement mechanics in this game. Nothing satisfies quite the same way as backing up from a wall, doing a backflip, throwing Cappy, jumping to the wall jumping off the wall, throwing Cappy again, and diving onto a ledge you were supposed to go through normally. I mean, Nintendo gave us a grand buffet of movement options, and they knew we were gonna use them to their fullest capability. So they rewarded us. It's so smooth and buttery, I almost forgave the game for having too many moons. I mean, for God's sakes, I swear to God, I sneezed near a trash can when one came out. We also have to talk about the Odyssey itself. And no, not the ship, the journey. The world of this game is like Mario's bucket list on steroids. You're not running through generic castles and grasslands anymore, no sir. You're zipping from a metropolitan cityscape to a desert, to fighting a dragon that looks like it's straight out of Skyrim, even a food kingdom where everything looks delicious but also mildly poisonous. Each one even has its own little vacation brochure. And Mario's out here stamping his passport like a travel influencer who just discovered #wanderlust. But instead of posting latte art, he's fighting dragons and possessing 4 people to jump higher. Normal stuff. I mean, this game has something for everyone. Cascade Kingdom? Boom. Dinosaurs, fossils, chain chomps with attitude. It's basically Jurassic Park but with less screaming and more coins. Or the Sand Kingdom. It's like Mario said, what if we went to Egypt, but Egypt was cool? Literally, because there's fucking ice everywhere. And it worked, because who doesn't like a sombrero-wearing plumber on the back of a jacksie sliding around the desert like a bar of soap on a slip and slide? And the Metro Kingdom. You know the Metro Kingdom. Arguably the crown jewel of the whole game. New Dog City is an absolute masterpiece. It's the one level where Mario, a short Italian plumber, somehow looks out of place, surrounded by actual full-to-scale human beings. And don't even get me started on Pauline and the Music Festival. Jump Up Superstar is not only one of the best video game OSTs ever, but made me feel some emotions I wasn't ready to feel about a cartoon plumber that I've been playing with since the DS. Who knew I needed a jazz banger in my life sung by Mario's original damsel in distress? Of course, every kingdom has its quirks. The Luncheon Kingdom is a fever dream where everything looks edible. And I couldn't focus on the platforming because I kept wondering what flavor is that soup, and also, is it alive? I think it's sentient. The Seaside Kingdom, on the other hand, is basically a Mario spa day, complete with sparkling waters, champagne flutes. Meanwhile, I'm sitting here with a half-empty seltzer feeling wildly inadequate. And before we wrap up, we have to talk about the End Kingdom, so spoilers. But Mario on the fucking moon? Like, we gotta talk about this scientifically. Because my man is out here in his regular overalls, hopping around and breathing in as if space is in a giant vacuum where no one can hear you scream. What is Mario? I mean, don't get me wrong, we've already established that Mario has survived being yeeted out of a cannon, touching lava, and turning into a literal dinosaur. But this is the line where even NASA's like, what? And let's not forget the moon is where you have your final battle with Bowser. Because why not take your interspecies rivalry to a celestial body? At this point, I'd expect just about anything. They could find a moon golf course off there and challenge each other to a putt-off and it would make sense. The real kicker though is that final wedding crash. Bowser in a tuxedo, Mario with his sentient hat, and me on the couch laughing so hard I scared my cat. So here we are after moons, dinosaurs, and one surprisingly alive hat. What's left to say about Super Mario Odyssey? That hasn't already been said. I'm a little late, I'll admit. It's not just a game, it's a celebration. A victory lap for the decades of creativity, joy, and absolutely unhinged level design. It's a love letter to the kid in all of us who grew up either playing Mario 64, Sunshine, or like me, Galaxy. Even as gaming evolves into 4K, hyper-realistic, open-world epics, there's still something timeless about a plumber in overalls chasing after a princess. And yeah, I'll admit it, I played Odyssey by myself, unlike when I played Galaxy in a room surrounded by my friends. My couch co-op days are on life support, and my living room has more empty pizza boxes than actual living people there on a weekly basis. But you know what? Playing it by myself without anyone to talk with it about made me realize some adventures aren't about the company you keep, but rather getting lost and immersing yourself in the joy of discovery and exploration, and the absurdity of throwing your hat onto a stake and becoming a steak. And if Mario can survive lava, the moon, and Bowser, then maybe, just maybe, I can survive the chaos of life. My name is Zen, aka ZenMiso. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you next time.